Welcome to the 7 Habits of Highly Successful Seducers. This is part 5 of our 5-part series. Today we're going to complete the final 2 habits of every successful seducer. So let's just recap. What is this series about? What have we learned so far? And then we'll jump into the final 2 habits. So this series is about what is the formula that if you follow will pretty much guarantee that you will get success with women and get success in this game of seduction. And we said that there are 7 specific habits, 7 specific principles that successful seducers follow. And the people that follow those successful habits, including seducers I've observed, including myself, and including my students, all have now found success with women. So, excuse me if you hear noise in the background. It seems like the neighbor has just decided to start drilling and hammering. Let's see how that goes. So, let's review the 5 habits that we've already learned, and then we'll get over to the other 2. Hey, what's up? What's up, guys, on the chat? Miguel, Dana 350, thank you for commenting. Okay, so success habit number 1, successful seducers follow a proven strategy. They do not reinvent the wheel. And what is this strategy they follow? It is the remaining 6 habits. So habit number 1, every successful man follows the instructions, okay? He follows a successful strategy. Habit number 2 is always use the mastermind principle. Seduction is a team game. It's a team sport. Every man that has been successful with women has in some shape or form, followed the mastermind principle. The mastermind principle is simple. No man can achieve success alone. Men achieve success when 2 or more people work in complete harmony towards a specific goal. Okay? Number 3, 1 mentor, 1 system, 1 year. What's stopping you is confusion and overwhelm. Should I talk to her? Should I not talk to her? Should I compliment her? Should I not compliment her? This dating coach said this other coach said this. What should I do, right? To remove all that confusion, which then causes paralysis, what you do is follow the framework of 1 mentor, 1 system, 1 year. Meaning you choose 1 person you resonate with, you follow that 1 system for 1 year. That way you clear all confusion and contradiction in your head, which then allows you to take consistent action. The next habit is you need to get yourself accountable to the right person. So what does that mean? That means you have to have someone that you respect and someone that is more successful than you to hold you accountable. The reason why you have to find someone that's more successful than you is because if the person holding you accountable is at your level or under, he's going to let you slide. He's going to be like, oh, yeah, you didn't go talk to that girl. It's okay. You were in a bad mood. Oh, it's okay. You were in a bad state. Oh, it's okay. You were tired. Oh, blah, blah. And they let you slide. You got to get an accountability person in your life, ideally a mentor, that isn't going to let you off the hook. And then finally, the 5th habit that we've already covered is you need to get your blind spots pointed out. You don't know what you don't know. There are a set of mistakes you're unconsciously making and that's what's keeping you stuck with women. If you've been stuck not getting the results you want with women for a year or more, that is proof that you have blind spots. A blind spot is an unconscious mistake you're making that you're completely blind to. Okay, you don't know that you don't know. You don't know you're making that mistake, you're blind to it. Okay, and we said that we don't only have 1 blind spot, we have clusters of blind spots. Okay, so the way to reveal your blind spots is to get a mentor, a coach, an expert to look at your game, look at what you're doing, and point out your blind spots for you. And once your blind spots have been pointed out, then you get the power back to get the results you want with women. So that's the review of the past 4 days, and now we'll jump into the final 2 habits to complete the 7 habits of highly successful seducers. How funny is it that their timing was so perfect that when I hit that record button, they started hammering and drilling? Isn't that funny? I wonder, can you hear it, or it's not? It's not. Is the microphone picking it up? Okay. So, habit number 6 of highly successful seducers is definite decision. Okay? Let's talk about decision. Now, when you're hearing this, you're like, decision, boring, simple, I know decision. No, you don't. Okay? No, you don't. Decision goes a lot deeper than you think. What you need to realize is that if you want to master this game of seduction, step number 1, and every successful seducer has come to this point, you need to make a decision that you're going to get this thing handled and you're going to become amazing with women. Okay? So this is from the book Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Okay? So what is a definite decision? A definite decision is a decision you make that doesn't change. That's why it's called definite. Okay? Let me tell you my story. One of the turning points for me where I had a big jump, a big quantum leap, a big breakthrough with women is I was coming off, I had just gotten, I can't say dumped, but I had just messed it up with a girl that I had really, really liked. Okay? And she really liked me too, but I made some stupid mistakes and that made me lose her. Okay? But it was all my fault, and I knew it and she knew it, and it's like she was in the palm of my hand. We were even like making out and like we were getting somewhere, but then stupid me, because of my lack of game and whatever, I messed it up. Okay? And this pissed me off so bad because I had been waiting a whole year to come and see this girl during a summer vacation, right? And she had been waiting for me. So like it was like an important event, right? And then I messed it up. And then I got so pissed at myself that I made a decision then and there. I said, I'm going to get this woman thing handled if it kills me, if it's the last thing I do. I'm willing to pay whatever price in time, money, energy. I will die before I give up on this game, before I let this game defeat me. I will die before not figuring this game out. Okay? So listen to that. Okay? It is only when Jad got to that point where he said, I'm willing to do anything and pay any price in exchange for mastery with women, only then did I then get a breakthrough. And then shortly after that, I got a big breakthrough with women. I got a very, very attractive girlfriend, all that kind of stuff, right? But it started with that definite decision. So there are a few aspects to a definite decision. Now, you may think, hey, Jad, I made a decision to get this woman thing handled, but I'm going to challenge you on that, okay? And once you see the different ingredients of a decision, then you can evaluate whether you have really made a decision or if what you have right now is a mere hope or wish. Most men have a hope or wish. I hope I get this woman thing handled. I wish I could be a master in seduction, okay? A hope or a wish. A hope and a wish is different than a definite decision. When a man makes a definite decision to get what he wants, he puts everything in the back of that decision. He bets his life on that decision. Okay? If you're not saying, I'm willing to do whatever it takes and pay whatever price life asks of me in return for what I want, you haven't made a definite decision. You're still in a wish and hope and dreamland. Okay? Napoleon Hill in this book, he says, if you want something, you have to decide what is the price you're willing to pay in exchange for that thing. Let's say that again. He said, if you want something, you have to decide in advance what price you're willing to pay in exchange for that thing. Everything has a price. 3 prices: time, money, energy. And you better believe that you're going to be spending time, money, and energy to master this game, just like it's going to take time, money, and energy to master anything else in any other area of your life. The way I can weed out the bullshitters who tell me they want it is I start auditing how they're paying the price. Okay, well, how much time are you spending on this? How much energy are you spending on this? How much money are you spending on this? Have you bought some courses? Have you hired any mentors? Have you, spent a significant amount of money on, going out, updating your wardrobe, maybe, revamping your whole apartment, whatever it is. And most guys, when I really ask them and corner them to give me answers, the price they're paying is very, very low. They're not paying price in money, time, and effort, or they're paying a little price. You pay a little price, you get a little reward. You pay a big price, you get a big reward. Okay? So when we say definite decision, I've made a definite decision to master this woman thing, that means you're willing to pay whatever price the game demands you to pay. You see, when I started this game and when I made that decision, then I said, okay, game, okay, the game of seduction, what do you demand of me? And the game demanded more than I expected. And that's what you're going to find in any area. In any area, when you're trying to achieve something, it's going to take longer than you expected. It's going to be harder than you expected. And it's going to cost you more money than you expected. Let's say that again. In any hard, significant endeavor you're going to do, it's going to take longer than you expected, be harder than you expected, and cost you more money than you expected. Okay? And most people, that's when you weed out the guys who are serious from the guys who are just talking. Oh yeah, I really want this. How much of a price are you paying? Are you willing to pay the price like Jad? Did you get to a point where you said, you know what? I'm not a life without abundance of women, without beautiful women, without the freedom to go and talk to the girls I want to talk to. For me, that life wasn't worth living. Okay? I'm not saying that that's your truth, but that was my truth. That's Jad's truth. Life without girls for Jad, show me the closest bridge because I'm going to jump off. Okay? For me, I want to be one with women. And that's what I wanted. And so I made a definite decision that I'm going to get this handled or die trying. If you want women in your life and you want this rapidly, we're talking about the rapid progress here. When you get the 7 habits of highly successful seducers, you're going to become a successful seducer rapidly if you follow the instructions. If you want to get this woman thing handled, you have to make a definite decision. And making a definite decision is inseparable from paying the price. Let's say that again. Making a definite decision to get this woman thing handled is inseparable from paying the price. They're together. They're married. Okay? People who say, I really want this. Okay, I really want this. But then they're like, I'm not going to really, no, I'm not going to like buy that $47 course, or I'm not going to, and they're just not paying, or I'm not going to go out 3 nights a week, or, they're not going to pay. That's not a decision. That's a wish, a hope, a dream. You understand? So we're having a big boys conversation now. You're playing with the big boys now. You really want to be in this game? Ante up. Let's say that again. You're playing with the big boys now. You want to play this game? You got to ante up. And if English isn't your first language, ante up means like if you're playing poker, well, you got to put your money in. If you're not putting your money in, you're not going to be in the game. You got to ante up. And when we say ante up, it means you got to put something significant down. So this conversation brings us to an examination of denial. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself, have I made a definite decision to get this handled once and for all? Or am I just pretending that I want this? How can you know the truth? Check your invisible accounts statement and see what are you paying in time, money, and effort towards seduction. And that balance sheet will very, very clearly and undeniably tell us whether what you have is a definite decision, a commitment, or a hope, a wish. If you're anything less than absolutely committed to getting this handled, you're not going to get it handled. Why? Because seduction is one of the hardest games on the planet. Okay, unless you were born a natural, but that's irrelevant in this conversation. If you were not born a natural, then seduction is one of the hardest games you're going to play as a man. In my opinion, it's equal or harder than accumulating wealth. Okay, because when you're dealing with women, you're dealing with dynamic creatures, whereas with money is a static principle. So if you follow the principles, you get rich. But with women, you're dealing with a dynamic, so in my opinion, I'm pretty sure, seduction is as hard or harder than accumulating wealth. So if you're playing a big boys game, if you're playing one of the hardest games in the world and you're not fully committed, you're dead. You're not going to make it. Okay? And come on. This applies to every area. If this was a presentation about becoming the best tennis player, wouldn't I be telling you the same thing? Make a definite decision, put everything back of this decision, commit fully, come to practice, put all your money, time, and energy into this if you want to be a champion. And if you're not 100% in, you're not going to be a pro, right? Very logical, and everybody's going to agree with that. But then people don't carry that over to seduction. They think, for seduction, I can just jerk around and I'm going to get it. You're not. This thing has a mind of its own. You're not. Okay? You want me to prove it to you right now? Real quick. Have you been stuck for 1 year or more not dating gorgeous, drop-dead gorgeous women? That's it. That's your proof. I'm sorry, but sometimes we got to lift up that mirror for your own sake. This is what I call, this is tough love. This is like love. Someone who loves you is going to tell you the truth. And my mission for you is to be a happy man whose spirit is filled with light because he has the freedom to experience beautiful women. Now, I'm not saying women equal happiness, and if you don't have women, you're not happy. But what I'm saying is if your masculine spirit has the pull and calling of wanting to be one with these beautiful creatures, then you having that choice to be or not to be one with them, that's what we're talking about in terms of joy, happiness, fulfillment. It's not that women will bring you fulfillment, but you knowing that you can if you want to, that's what we're talking about. That's when, that's the fulfillment. That's the fulfillment we're talking about here. I see some comments coming through. Maybe I'll answer the questions at the end of the presentation. Okay, so I thank you for your questions. So, habit number 6, without exception, is the successful seducers all made a definite decision that they were going to become great with women. Okay? And it goes without saying, but you need to understand that a definite decision includes paying in time, money, and effort. That's it. Period. There's no way someone can say, I made a definite decision, but I didn't pay shit. No, man. We all pay in money, time, and effort towards what we want. Okay? So, like Napoleon Hill said, if you want what you want, you got to decide beforehand what is the price you're gonna pay in exchange, and life will demand a price in exchange for what you want. Are you willing to pay it? Okay? And another, just before we move on to the final habit, the 7th habit, I always talk about my students because there's so many of them are successful, happy, living in abundance with women. And what did they do? They made the shift, right? Now, these 7 habits are a strategy shift that you need to make, okay? And my students made a shift, and they made a definite decision, and then they put down their money with me, and then they put down their time and their effort, and they got what they want. Now they have what they want. They made a definite decision. They paid the price that life asked in return, and now they have what they want. Simple. We're not talking about magic here. Those guys are not superior to you, better than you, more handsome than you. They just made a definite decision and understood. They got, okay, I got to pay the price in return for what I want. They hired a mentor. They followed instructions. They put in the effort, the time, the money. Now they have what they want. And now for the rest of their life, they have peace in their souls. And they can grow old, not looking back in regret, thinking, what if? Or damn, when I was young, I should have enjoyed women and now I'm too old, I can't. Okay? So, definite decision. You got to be committed. Committed 100%. If you're not 100% committed, you're a dreamer. You're a wisher, a hoper. You're not going to be a champion. Okay? Champions pay the price. And the price is higher than you expect. But if you want something, you pay whatever price life asks of you. That's what a winner does. That's what all winners do. You see guys out there having the girls you want. That guy paid more for it. You know, he paid the price for that. You see a guy who's driving a fancy car. He paid the price for that. You see a guy who's really fit. He paid the price for that. You got to pay the price for what you want. Okay, we're living in a culture of laziness because we're just being programmed. The 3 steps system to this, and the 2-week transformation this, and lose 30 pounds in 30 days, and you know. So don't get fooled. So I assume you're going to make a definite decision to get this woman thing handled. You're going to be like Jad, look in the mirror like I did. Okay, I looked myself in the mirror. I was pissed off and I said, enough. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this handled. So help me if it kills me. Okay? That's what you're going to go do. And you're going to feel different. And that's going to fill you with an inspiration and a fire. And then watch how you transform. Watch how you go out there and talk to women. Watch how you get more disciplined, more consistent. Everything in your life gets better once you just make that decision. Making the decision is what's scary. But when you just jump off, commit, make it, and say, that's it. From today forward, I am a great seducer. I am going to get this. This is mine. And you go forward paying in whatever price life asks of you, your life changes. That day, your life changes. And you become the true, authentic version of the real you. And you're going to love yourself for it. So make a committed, definite decision. That is habit number 6. Let me add a few things here. I had some things noted down. Let's talk about the relationship between your logic and your decision. Okay? Remember how we said in one of the previous segments, a quote from Einstein. He says, you cannot solve a problem from the same level of thinking that it was created. Okay, you cannot solve a problem from the same level that it was created, right? So when we're talking about committed, definite decision, willingness to pay whatever price, the reason why you're struggling with women right now is because your level of thinking was here where you're like, oh, let me try this out. Let me put 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Let me kind of pay the price, but not really. That's the level of thinking you're there. And it's getting you this level of results, which is, scarcity, right? You cannot solve a problem from the same level of thinking that it was created. So now what I'm introducing to you is a higher level of thinking, which is I'm all in. I'm fully committed. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care what it's going to cost me in time, money, and effort. I don't care. I'm going to get this handled. That's a new level of thinking. And because you're at a new level of thinking, you're going to solve the problem. You cannot solve a problem at the same level of thinking which it was created. Another access point is Buckminster Fuller, who says, I don't remember the exact words. He says, you shouldn't fight the existing reality. You need to create a new model that makes the old model obsolete. Okay? the old reality obsolete. Okay, you don't fight existing reality. Okay, what he's saying is like, so what we said in the previous segments here is we said your problem is you have a strategy of try harder, accumulate more information, try harder, accumulate more information. That's your model. Try harder, accumulate more information. How's that working out for you, buddy? It's not, right? That's why you're still stuck. You have the wrong strategy. So he's saying stop fighting that existing model. Stop being like the fly against the window. Trying harder is not going to work. You need to create a new model that makes the old one obsolete. So the 7 habits of highly successful seducers is that new model that's going to give you the breakthrough. Okay? And one of the new models is having that mindset that I'm committed, I'm all in, I'm going to ante up and pay whatever price in time, money, and effort that it's going to take in order for me to get this handled. Because I understand now, I get that without the willingness, that's the word, willingness, without the willingness to pay the price, whatever price life asks of me, I have not made a definite decision. Decision and willingness to pay whatever price are one. If you don't have one, you don't have the other. Okay? So in a way, making a definite decision to get this woman thing handled is an illogical decision. You see, you can't have a breakthrough if you keep thinking within your own logic. Okay? Remember what we said? Einstein said you can't solve a problem from the same place, same level it was created. You can't use the same level of logic you've been using in order to get your breakthrough. Your level of logic up till now is I'm going to do it myself. I'm not going to look for help. I'm going to mix systems. I'm not going to pay a big price. That's the level you've been at, and that's why you're stuck. You need to come up and think at a new level. Okay? I'm going to make a committed decision, pay whatever price, use the mastermind principle, get my blind spots pointed out, use accountability. That's a new level of thinking. You understand? So, with that, let's get to the 7th habit of highly successful seducers. The 7th habit of highly successful seducers is always use a mentor. Okay? Always use a mentor. Every single person that I've studied, and my success story included, as well as my students, there's the drill. There's the drill. So okay, so this is a message from the universe to tell us that this is going to turn into a 6-part series. So I will stop it here, and I will return tomorrow for part 7 of the habits of highly successful seducers. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you watch the previous segments, and I apologize for this interruption. But tomorrow we'll wrap it up. Take care.